Well, that ain't how you start a show off, right? Hey, we're live. We're here at the JCC. We're back for another Nova Pro show. I'm 2 Chainz of the Big O Bell podcast. That guy right over there, he's Jamal. He's the co-host. This guy right here is, are you going heel or babyface this month?
You know, we're just going to wing it.
Okay.
I'm just going to be Dennis today.
We're Dennis.
going to be a Mark like I usually am. It's fine.
How's everybody doing?
Good. Still going.
It's always great to be back in the JCC. I love this place. We're here for the Old Dominion Rumble. This is going to be Nova Pro's first Rumble match. And even on that note, too, it's an intergender Rumble match. 30 entrants, stat card as usual. People are piling in. Definitely tickets are still available. Front row are gone. GA $20. So have your cash at the door or step over to their Twitter page, purchase it via PayPal, and get here. Belltime's at 7:30.
Belltime's at 8. Doors open at 7:30.
There we go. I'm sure there's a pre-card, a pre-match, shall I say. So definitely you want to try to get here early so you don't miss that. But yeah, a lot to talk about. So let's get into the card a little bit. Where do we start? Actually, I think looking over, I think the 1% versus the Ugly Ducklings and Arik Royal. Talk about unfinished business and no love lost between those guys, right?
Absolutely not. You have the 1%, and you have Logan, Bobby Shields, and Gunnar Miller, the corporate captain, king of Chattanooga, and versus the Ugly Ducklings, and they obviously have made their presence felt every time they've been in Nova Pro since their debut in Nova Pro, and one of the top guys in Nova Pro, Mr. Arik Royal. It's going to be a slugfest, and Ugly Ducklings, they've always managed to pull something out of their hat that puts them take it to that next level. Teaming with Arik Royal, they've only done that a handful of times, but the 1% obviously are a cohesive unit. It will be interesting to see how these two conflicting styles clash in the ring.
It's also just, are they even going to be conflicting as a team? I mean, it's not like the Arik Royal and the Ugly Ducklings are best friends and that we haven't seen them against each other in a Nova ring multiple times. How do you have a team that isn't as cohesive as the 1% is? When it's the 1%, it's a unit. You know that you're a part of the 1%. When you walk out there, it is 1%, and the 1% gets the job done. But Arik Royal and the Ugly Ducklings have gone against each other more often than they've teamed up, and now here we are.
Yeah, I mean, I would not be surprised if Arik Royal decides to just hijack this whole match. There's a lot of vendetta in there for him. And quite frankly, the unfinished business between him and Gunnar may actually be his focus. So he forgets that he's even in the tag match. So it's going to be interesting. Nonetheless, those are two guys. It's going to be a horse fight. Good luck with the ropes being able to stay intact for that one.
Physically, I don't think the ring can stand up to what Gunnar and Arik it barely survived last time.
Yeah.
Not sure how it's going to work this time. But again, you keep your friends close and your enemies closer. And they do have the same mindset going into this thing. The 1% has been a thorn in the side of the Ugly Ducklings and Arik Royal for a considerable time now.
Yeah.
And if they can come together, not if, they have to.
Yeah.
If they want to win.
Yeah. What we move forward with next then is?
Well, I want to see a matchup that I really want to see is Shazza Mckenzie versus Jordynne Grace.
If there is a match that I am most excited about on the card, it is hands down Jordynne Grace and Shazza Mckenzie. There's no denying the star power that is Jordynne Grace in a Nova Pro ring. There's no denying what she's done, who she's gone against, who she's beaten, who she's won against. But you have Shazza Mckenzie, the former Heart of Shimmer champion. You have somebody who's just been absolutely dominating this part of her U.S. tour that she's been doing. And as she wraps up, Shazza Mckenzie's coming in, and she wants to finish off strong. And if there's anybody who's going to give her that equal battle, it's Jordynne Grace.
I'm literally speechless. I mean, I remember when the booking was announced on Twitter, I didn't even know how to react. The fact that it's happening tonight, I'm torn. It's always a safe bet to go with Jordynne Grace, especially here at Nova Pro. I mean, she's, like you said, she's knocked down some of the top competitors that's ever stepped foot in here, and she's up against another proven champ here. And, like you said, she want to finish up strong in her tour. This is the place to do it. I really do not know. Good luck with calling commentary for that.
Look, it'll be a grand old time that I'm more than happy to be sitting at that table over. And honestly, you're right. I don't know who wins this match. This one, you want to say Jordynne. We know what Jordynne's capable of. But Shazza Mckenzie is someone you have to keep an eye on at all times. All it takes is one split-legged stunner from the top or in the center of the ring. You're in that chicken wing and you're tapping. It doesn't matter.
Watching Jordynne come in today, very graceful. I guess pun intended there. But she's not worried at all. Calm. Not her typical self. You know, training early. You know, going through her technique. But today
When have you seen Jordynne Grace worry though? I mean, dare I say she's unflappable?
Yeah.
We all got nervous when she went up against Freya, but she took that challenge head on.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, like I said, she usually comes in absolute professional. You know, works on her craft just to get prepared for the night. But today she's just been chilling, kind of to herself. I don't know. Like, I know there's a 30-man rumble going on, but again, that match right there just may be the end of the night. Like,
it's because Jordynne Grace is still the truth. I've said it before.
Yeah.
I'll say it again. I will say it until I'm blue in the face. There's no denying when Jordynne Grace steps into that ring, the job is going to get done, and the job is going to get done well. And that's what Jordynne's here for. Nonetheless, you still just don't know the unpredictability of Shazza Mckenzie.
Yeah.
And she comes off of a big NOLA weekend.
Yeah.
She comes off of many victories. She just faced Layne, who we saw last month, just last night. I mean, Shazza Mckenzie is somebody that really can take it to Jordynne Grace in a way that we haven't seen Jordynne Grace necessarily get it taken to here. We've seen her gone against people who are more on that power end, be it Isla Dawn or be it Angelus Layne. We've seen her go against those kind of styles, but when you go against somebody as quick, as efficient, and honestly as charismatic as Shazza Mckenzie, you just don't know what you're in for.
True, but Jordynne Grace also has matches against Freya, I've said before, Jonathan Gresham. She's definitely wrestled against some of the more technical, mat technicians in that regard. And I think that, it's one of those things, it's a toss-up. There is no wrong answer.
Yeah.
And I think that Shazza Mckenzie, I've got to give the edge to Jordynne Grace, just a home field advantage. Tie goes to the home team because she does have a little bit of an edge in that the crowd is probably going to be a little bit more behind her. Maybe she can feed off of that energy, but Shazza Mckenzie impresses everywhere that she goes.
But Jamal, I can't necessarily say that Jordynne Grace even gets a tie in this. I really don't know where it goes, but the one thing that I can tell you, I'm calling it now. This is your match of the night, Jordynne Grace, Shazza Mckenzie.
You haven't been wrong about calling matches of the night. I will say that. So that's definitely a safe bet. Moving forward, what do we have? It's your turn. It's your pick.
There's somebody else that I have to personally keep my eyes on. And that's Harlow O'Hara. We've seen Harlow O'Hara come from the Sink or Swim tryout show as she gets onto the main card, Ripper to Shreds, and she continues to impress. And she swum. She is swimming. She's still here. And she's going against Faye Jackson. And that is quite the test. If I could say the most charismatic match of the night is going to be Harlow O'Hara and Faye Jackson.
Yep. I mean, there's nothing like getting a win streak going, getting some momentum, and then running into a complete robot. First of all, you're not going over Faye Jackson. That's a booking I'm not taking, especially when I'm trying to pick up, a new fan base, a new territory. Then you run into the most popular person here at Noah Pro. Noah Pro is Faye Jackson. Faye Jackson's Noah Pro. I sincerely feel bad for her here because, again, you come off Ripper to Shreds, you sink or swim, you swam. Everybody was over before you. Then your next person you get is Faye Jackson. But I will say this though, she showed a lot back on that month, working two matches, and this she announced earlier on Twitter that she's doing double duty tonight again. So I can always get behind someone like that that's trying to make a name for themselves, doing the right thing. And what happens if she wins the Rumble? Think about this: lose to Faye tonight, wins the Rumble. What happens if she calls out Faye for the first match of the Commonwealth Cup?
But here's the thing that we really have to look at is Faye Jackson's head totally in on this match? And that really comes off of Ripper to Shreds. Mia Yim coming back in, challenging Faye Jackson. They both agreed to it.
Yeah.
It hasn't been officially confirmed. And technically, you're right. Who knows what happens in the Rumble? If somebody calls out Faye Jackson, what does that mean? But nonetheless, where is Faye Jackson's head at? You can't simply say, oh, you know what? You're right. I'm just going to put Mia Yim off to the side. That doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Mia Yim is definitely somebody you always have to keep on your mind, but there's still a task that needs to be done tonight. And that's what Harlow O'Hara can play to her advantage. If she's able to get into Faye Jackson's mindset, if she's able to get there and focus on the job that needs to happen tonight, it could be Harlow O'Hara's night.
We talked a lot about Harlow O'Hara, but I think this is a proven draw match for Faye Jackson. She hasn't had the most dominant of show-ins in the last 4 or 5 shows. Her and Mia Yim will happen somewhere down the line. So I think that coming off her match with Angelus Layne, after the aftermath of what happened last November, I think that Faye Jackson is kind of not necessarily, I don't want to say in limbo. That's a bad term, but she's definitely at a point where this can make or break where she goes. She doesn't want to slip too far in the echelon of that is Nova Pro, and she doesn't. But she can, and obviously there's room to go up.
I will say this: in proven history, people who has looked forward past their opponent has failed. You called me out on this before, and I was really behind. Name slipping right out of my head. Just seen him walk past too. The no rope match with Dominic Green and
John Kerman.
And John Kerman. Remember, he tried to look past Willa YUTA and end up failing. If Faye decides to do the same thing, that may also be her fate.
Look, and there's no denying that if there's anyone who is Team Faye Jackson, it's me. But even I still have to give out the concern that is Harlow O'Hara. What you really said there, Jamal, is absolutely true. This is Faye Jackson's proving ground, but Harlow O'Hara has nothing to lose here. If Harlow O'Hara loses the match to Faye Jackson, it's kind of what's expected. She's still the new person coming in against the person who has been the Nova Pro veteran. She has nothing to lose here and absolutely everything to gain. And that's where Harlow O'Hara can really take advantage tonight.
Look,
to be fair, I respectfully disagree because I think that she definitely has everything to lose because she's kind of making her way in the Nova Pro, just getting into the door. That door won't be open very long.
That's true.
And it's not to the point that she has like a win would put her over the top. Absolutely not. She has a much further road to go. But if she lust, this could make or break whatever her destiny is in Nova Pro. And I'm not saying, and it does go through Faye Jackson. This is definitely a must win for Harlow O'Hara, but for Faye Jackson, as she prepares to go forward, eventually towards Mia Yim, this is definitely a win for her.
Absolutely.
Harlow O'Hara has won over the fans last month. She beats Faye Jackson, she wins over the locker room.
She absolutely could.
That's a big statement right there.
I can think of some names that have won over the fans that I haven't seen since.
That's why it's going to be a big match for sure.
Absolutely.
Moving forward, Jamal, what are we looking at?
I think one of the matches that I'm looking forward to the most is Christi, Jaynes, and Allie Cat versus the Hooligans, Devin and Mason Cutter. The Hooligans, last time I saw them, they had their debut on Nova Pro a few months ago, back in February, I believe. Mm-hmm. And they came through, giving me feels like the other Ugly Ducklings did. Came through. Stole the show, and PowMeow. We saw them for the first time, a couple months ago, and this is definitely something that is, it's a mixed bag here. Not obviously because it's intergender, but it's a mixed bag because we've seen so many different contrasting styles in the Hooligans. Kind of just it's anarchy in the ring. They're everywhere. They're throwing themselves into and over and through everything. And PowMeow, though they are, a women's tag team, they get hard like a truck. So it's not to the point that, PowMeow, or the Hooligans, there's no edge here. I don't know.
I think what it really is going to come down to is who really operates as a team. This is going to be a quick-paced match no matter what Hooligans we see here. The one thing that we absolutely can't agree with the Hooligans is that they come at you quick, they come at you hard, and it's a lot of times you don't even know what's coming next. Right. The same thing with PowMeow. They're definitely going to play to the speed. They're clearly best friends. They clearly know each other inside and out. It's going to come down to who can truly work as a team and who can capitalize as a team here, and that is where you don't know who's going to win.
Well, I think it's important for best friends to separate themselves between the work. They can be best friends at Taco Hut after the match, but they need to go to work tonight. And the Hooligans are definitely not an easy opponent to look past.
I agree, but anything Alley Cat, I'm going with it. The Hooligans, like you said, they debuted in February. Please come back. Chance came and they answered. Very, very, very different style of wrestling and tagging. They're heavy hitting, unconventional. Some of the techniques and moves I've seen probably have never seen before. I don't know what to make of that, to be honest, but I know for sure that PowMeow is not laying down easy. And you know, once Allie starts getting that juice in her and she just starts hawking up, nothing or anyone could be in her way.
But we saw with the Hooligans and the Ugly Ducklings that the Hooligans aren't here just to play around.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might get some giggles and you might get some chuckles, but that doesn't mean that they're here for business.
Yeah.
Because nonetheless, you're still going to have to know that these two teams also know each other.
Yeah.
And that's another piece that we haven't talked about. These two have faced each other over in the Texas circuit.
Yeah.
They know what each other is capable of. And so not only is it going to be who's a better team, but it's going to be who can really capitalize on who.
Yeah. I wonder if this stays a clean match. Last time Hooligans decided to bring some
shenanigans.
Yeah, bring some toys to the ring and stuff like that.
Doubt it. Doubt it.
All right. What else we got going on here? Again, everybody who may just be tuning in, this is the Nova Pro Old Dominion pre-show. The big old belt along with the square circle sirens. We're making sure you guys get all the information you need to get down here to the JCC. That address is 8900 Little River Turnpike, Fairfax, Virginia. Doors open at 7:30. Bell time's 8 o'clock. There's always a little extra something right before bell time, so you know, definitely want to try to get here early. Oh, let's talk about the food for tonight. The food truck is making its way back. God,
I didn't hear that.
Oh, the food truck is pulling up tonight. What was it called? Mo Burgers.
Oh,
Mo Burgers is here. I gotta say, last time they came, the food was hella good. Took them some time to get it out, but it was hella good. So
look, from what I heard, these chicken tenders are really great. Our fearless leader Casey is one for a chicken nugget, and so he loved him some chicken tenders. So you got some good food options as well.
I got the steak and cheese. I mean, it was worth the wait. I was about to pass out from the itis, but you know I got mine during intermission. So once the second half went, the momentum started pumping. We was all back into it. Hey, Mike.
Mikey Banker has towels.
Give us that. Give us that.
Everybody needs towels.
Okay, so we got you covered with food. We got you about the ticket information. If for any reason, if you're sweating, which you possibly could be sweating because Angelus Layne's in the building, you know she likes to bring the fire. Mikey Banker, Crab Wrestling, he has towels for merch.
Man,
that might be a first.
that's new.
I wonder how much these babies are. Did we get this sponsor to us?
$45.
True.
I mean, not for nothing though. It's a quality thread count.
You're right. Let me just check and see what. Okay. Just making sure this ain't come out of a hotel. You know how that may be. This plan, yeah, definitely check that out. So what? Okay. So speaking of Angelus Layne, original opponent was going to be Allie. She had to pull out, unfortunate circumstances, but her replacement, Laynie Luck. How do we keep getting put in these matches where I just keep getting torn? I don't know.
What is there to be torn about?
I mean, look.
I'll wait. No, I'll wait. Go ahead. What is there to be torn about?
See, he wants a winner.
I want a what?
You want a winner. You want to look at if he were a gambling man, he would want to know who to bet on. The bottom line is you can't bet on this match. You will lose.
Okay, well I'm scared of Angelus Layne, so if I'm gonna be a Batman, I'm 100%
Are y'all
over
kidding?
her.
Is this real? Am I in the Twilight Zone?
Tell us something.
Is there any doubt that Angelus Layne is losing tonight? Like, for real. As vice president of the Angelus Layne fan club, I can safely tell you that in our group meeting this morning, we easily determined that this will be not only a quick win, but a decisive win for Angelus Layne. And when I tell you that this will be a big night for Angelus Layne, I'm willing to bank that it starts with the defeat of Laynie.
I'm not convinced.
And I'm sorry that you live in that world.
I'm not convinced because Lady Luck has shown something. She's shown a certain gumption that just seemed to kind of pull her through. And I've never seen really Lady Luck be dominated. Now, granted, Angelus Layne is a witch. She can't throw fire. Seen it done before. Scared the hell out of me. However, I can't underwrite Lady Luck and say that, like, well, this is just going to be Angelus Layne just going to roll over. I can't guarantee it.
Okay. I can. I feel confident in that.
Laynie Luck has proved a lot. She was the lone standing. Was she the last? She was the winner, nonetheless, of the Survivor Series match in November.
You mean Alley Cat? Alley Cat.
That was Alley Cat?
That was Alley Cat. I'll bring you back to history because actually, if we recall who the first person eliminated was, Nigeria, it was Laynie Luck by Faye Jackson. But nonetheless, who's recalling history, there's no denying that Laynie Luck is talented. I'm not going to knock that. But what I'm telling you is that there's no denying the dominance that is Angelus Layne. There's no denying that when Angelus Layne is upset, you're not going to stop Angelus Layne. And I'll tell you right now, she's not in the greatest of moods.
Oh, God.
Isn't that normal?
Do you want to tell her that? Jamal?
Do
you really want to tell her that?
I love Angelus Layne.
That's what I thought you said.
Is there something about Angelus Layne in the JCC that just ultimately scares me?
The witchcraft.
We don't take that talk lightly, Jamal. I'll make sure to have a conversation about you in our next meeting. You'll be right under the Kevin Ford. It'll be Kevin Ford, then Jamal. We'll just go right in order.
The covenant spoken.
Nonetheless, it will be a good match,
yeah.
I feel very confident in telling you that Angelus Layne walks out the victor.
Well, again, we've said it before. You shouldn't look past your opponent, and I think that if Angelus Layne does and takes Laynie like lightning, Laynie Luck may come and bite her. You only need to be good for 3 seconds.
I'll hold my breath.
Wonder what the fan club meeting is going to be like when Laynie Luck walks out the winner.
It's in the Beyond section at Bed Bath & Beyond.
There won't be beers partying tonight, huh? They're doing a quick sound check, so bear with us real quick.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting it started here at the Jewish Community Center of Fairfax, but there's still a couple more matches.
Yeah.
I'm going to go through every match, but definitely want to be surprised. We still need to get here, and there's definitely time to get here. Doors open at 7:30. Got a little bit about half an hour before doors open. Belltime is at 8 o'clock. But just make sure that you get here to the JCC on Little River Turnpike in Fairfax soonish. Exactly.
That's what you'll be hearing.
Right. So I say that we skip the last couple of matches. I know they have big rims. There's a lot to unpack in the actual Rumble. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, I know that you go, Dennis. The winner picks their opponent for the Commonwealth Cup.
Correct. So they qualify into their respective Commonwealth Cup, and they choose their first round opponent.
And it's also an intergender Rumble. Not something that I've seen before. 30 people over the top rope. So whoever wins, and we can get into predictions later, but whoever wins, what do? Do you pick an easier opponent, or do you try to knock out the big dog in the Commonwealth Cup?
I think it really comes down to who you are, right? I think for me, I'm going on somebody that I need to get my hands on that has constantly evaded me, especially knowing that on the women's side, there are quite a few people in the Commonwealth. We'll find out another one of those women's Commonwealth Cup qualifiers tonight, along with one of the men. But nonetheless, we know that there's a lot of those feuds there. Do you pick somebody that you want to make sure that you're the person to knock them out of the Commonwealth Cup? There's a lot at stake here. If it were me, I mean, I picked the Invisible Man and I moved around too, but that's just me.
Fair enough.
I don't know. I mean, you guys bring up a lot of good points on that. I definitely want to make sure that I want to go away from someone who's proven that they already can compete in the Commonwealth Cup. I would not want to go after Logan, the champion, obviously. But I definitely want to pick out someone I've had history with. It's not just about, entering the cup, but it's also having the endurance and the stamina to last the entire night. Last year, the Commonwealth Cup started off in doubles and then ultimately ended up in the triple threat match to crown the winner. So, we don't know, will that be the same format this year? And it's a 2-day event. It's a lot on the line and conditioning that prepares you for that. So you don't want to be hasty in your selection, but you definitely, once you, claim your victory, if you're the Rumble winner tonight, you definitely want to analyze the field. I'll wait till everyone's announced as well and make a smart selection if you want to walk out the second annual Commonwealth Cup winner for the male and the first Commonwealth Cup winner for the female. So a lot on the line on that.
But let's not do what we just talked about. Yes, it's a big deal to get to the Commonwealth Cup, but in order to get there, you have to win the Rumble.
Yeah.
And in order to get there, you have to focus on the task at hand.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things at play here. We know that people like Bo Crockett, we'll see the return of Billy Dixon, Aspen the Mermaid will be in this Rumble. We've heard about that. But we also know that some of the people who are currently in other matches will also be in this Rumble. And so then the question comes into, how quick do you win your other match to be able to feel fresh enough in the Rumble to win? Or is it somebody who doesn't even have a match that can focus entirely on the Rumble and win it?
Right. No, it's absolutely true. And then again, of course, it's throwing 29 other people over the top rope. We're going to see a lot of interesting teamwork in the Rumble, as it usually breaks down. Common enemies, same goal, now friends. But what if there were? And I don't know all of the names in the Rumble. What if you do have a couple tag teams in there? What if you do have a couple factions in there? Then what? I mean, we have some interest. We have not the Hooligans, but the Ugly Ducklings and Arik. What if they're in the Rumble? Now, I don't know, but they were just in a tag team match, and there we do know people are doing double duty tonight, and it's possible that it could have come down to those three. Hell, it could come down to the two Ugly Ducklings if they're in it. So I think there's some interesting things to unpack here with the Old Dominion Rumble, leading up towards the Commonwealth Cup, and then of course the winner gets to pick his opponent,
or her.
And
let's be clear, it wouldn't be the first time that a woman has done a big thing here in Nova that they believe that it's just going to be a male winner, and that's not necessarily the case. If there is one company where a woman can truly be the upset, it's Nova Pro, and you have to keep your eyes on the women in this match as well.
Right, absolutely. So I think that whether you're in the Rumble tonight, or if you've already entered the Commonwealth Cup tonight, you're definitely worried. That it will definitely affect how you perceive this Rumble tonight. So if you're Logan, and you're already the only champion in Nova Pro, the only winner in Nova Pro, Logan Easton LaRoux, he is literally the 1% of winners in Nova Pro. Who do you root for? Do you root for, one of your 1% mates? Do you root for somebody that you don't really care for, like a Sage Phillips? Or, it's just so much going on, so many different things that need to happen, and we'll have a better outlook on things after the Rumble tonight.
And it's definitely going to lead us to an even bigger story, right? Because whoever does end up coming through this Rumble and winning the Rumble is going to choose their opponent. That is naturally going to be the match that people have their eyes on. Yeah. That person won the Rumble to have this match to get to the next round. Imagine being that person that wins the Rumble and then loses the first round match against the person that you just called out. That's big. Imagine being the person on that other end who just got called out and now you have a new vendetta. What do? There are so many things that come from this Rumble, and so much is at stake that every person in that Rumble wants to win.
You're right about that. Speaking of the Rumble, one of the entrants, and one of maybe the most intriguing entrants for the Rumble and the Commonwealth Cup is Sage Phillips.
I got y'all. Y'all got this.
Thank you, Dennis. Be right back with that. Sage. What's going on, man?
Oh, man, how are you?
All right.
Sure.
How you doing, buddy?
Have a seat right in the middle.
Right in the middle? Alrighty.
All right, so we're talking about the Old Dominion Rumble. You came out on Twitter. You will be entering in it tonight. There's a lot. There's a lot with you with being in the Rumble, to actually winning, to being in the Commonwealth Cup, to your old rivalry back with Logan Easton LaRoux and the 1%.
Yep.
You win tonight. You take home the Rumble. Who's going to be your first round opponent for the Commonwealth Cup?
Well, there's a lot of factors to that decision, man. Obviously, me and Logan, I feel, have unfinished business, so the logical decision would be Logan Easton LaRoux, but there's so many other guys that are in this tournament. Eddie Kingston, Nick Gage. Opportunity will seize itself when the time is right. But right now, my focus is on the Rumble itself. I got to go through 29 other competitors. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll have time to contemplate, but now my focus right now is the Rumble itself.
So how do you feel right now physically? I see you got the shiner, got the busted vessel in your eye.
Yep.
How do you feel? You're obviously not 100%, but is there anything that you can do differently to prepare for the Rumble that you would a normal match that you've done?
Well, A lot of people don't know this. Professional wrestlers are never really 100%. We're always traveling, always dealing with bangs and bruises. This eye wasn't even from a match, it was from training this past Sunday. If I'm training to improve myself, to better myself, to hone my craft, for this Rumble, I always have a uphill battle, per se, because of my size. And with this Rumble, 29 other competitors, it's going to be even higher. But I learned to persevere. So just watch and see.
All right, it's a 30 entrant Rumble. If it comes down to you and a female competitor, will you hesitate to throw her ass out?
Absolutely not. She's a competitor. I'll be yours female. I'll be yours competitor.
That's a good answer. That's what I wanted to hear. So no bones about it. Anybody can get it in the Old Dominion Rumble.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Some of the 1% may be in the Rumble tonight. Do you make that personal?
I do. Logan, Bobby, Gunner, they all gave me a lot of grief this past year. And I was this close to winning the PWI Ultra J Championship. But the 1% got in the way. But at the end of the day, Logan did beat me 1, 2, 3. So I plan to redeem that in the future.
I mean, he is the only Commonwealth Cup winner. He's technically the only person who's ever won anything in Nova Pro currently right now.
True,
Be able to win that, to drink champagne out of the cup with your own entourage, how bittersweet would that be?
It'd be a bitter taste in my mouth. And I'm not a big fan of champagne either because I'm straight edge. So
Fiji.
Straight edge. Yeah.
Fiji water. I mean, imagine shoving that one in the 1% thing. Hey, thanks for coming on. We know you got to get ready for the night. Good luck to you, man.
Thank you.
Sage Phillips, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man, I mean,
Sage Phillips. I mean, I'm not saying that he can't do it. He absolutely can. And by God, he's damn sure going to try against 29 other men and women in the Old Dominion Rumble.
Yeah.
Winner goes on to the Commonwealth Cup. Pick their first round opponent. Yeah. Anybody can get it.
Yeah.
It's the opportunity here, and who will grab it?
Yeah, I definitely look forward to it. Anybody again who may just be tuning in, get down here, Nova Pro. We're getting started. Doors open at 7:30. Bell times at 8 o'clock. We're at 8900 Little Turnpike. Little River Turnpike.
It's a very small river.
Fairfax, Virginia. We're here back at the JCC, the home of Nova Pro. The Old Dominion Rumble is tonight. $20 gets you a seat in the building for some of the one of the like most divided cards. I think they're very put together where usually I'm able to kind of give a feel or a bias towards, which way I want to go. But this one, I'm completely torn. I can't wait for it to get started. And then the 30 entrant Rumble intergender, it's going to be a great time. It's who knows who may show up. That's the thing. We don't even know who's going to be in the Rumble. Yeah. I asked Mike, said, give me some leeway. He doesn't know who may show up. Anyone can show up. It's going to be a good time. Ed Dow may be in the Rumble.
I hope he is. I absolutely hope he is.
Could you imagine that one? Hey, Dennis, come join us. Let's close it out with a few more of the last of the card, and we'll wrap up as the talent is in their meeting, so things are getting ready to get started in here. The music's going to be blasting, so we're going to hurry up and get through these last couple of matches.
We have our routes lead to the Commonwealth Cup, and of course, we have 2 Commonwealth Cup qualifying matches, 1 male and 1 female match. You have what should be a 4-way dance. It is now a triple threat.
Yes.
Jordynne Blade, Facebrooke, and Veda Scott. Dennis,
so
this is your first time seeing Facebrooke, yeah?
It is my first time seeing her, but that doesn't mean that I haven't heard quite a bit. Trained in Australia with Shazza Mckenzie. You guys clearly now know how I feel about Shazza Mckenzie, and so naturally I'm expecting big things out of Facebrooke, and I'm sure she'll meet those expectations. Very, very impressive from what I've been hearing, and so very excited to see what she's going to do. Jordynne Blade, very impressive from Sink or Swim, and so very excited to see her go a step further than even what we saw at Ripper to Shreds or what we saw in Sink or Swim, but she's coming 2-0 coming in here, and so definitely somebody to keep an eye on. But even I have to admit, my odds-on favorite for this.
Get ready, America.
Oh no!
What?
It's Skylar coming back out of nowhere and winning. No, In all seriousness, you simply can't deny that Veda Scott has to be the odds-on favorite coming in here. We haven't seen her in quite some time. We actually haven't seen her since December, and we know that back in December, not necessarily the way that Veda Scott wanted to end, but nonetheless, Veda Scott lost. Like she should have. But nonetheless, Veda Scott still coming back in with a vengeance, and she has been all over the world over the past couple of months.
Right.
And since coming back to the U.S., she's been very big, jumping in basically everywhere, having a big Shimmer weekend, a big time over at NOLA. We've seen her regularly kind of be one of the veterans of the Nova locker room. And so to see her back here, she definitely has a lot to prove. And she can still continue to prove that if she walks out with a victory here, she is going to be somebody that you have to watch in the Commonwealth Cup, not because of sheer size or stature or moveset, but because Veda Scott will instantly become the wittiest person in the Commonwealth Cup that you have to keep your eyes on. Unfortunately, my bet is on Veda Scott tonight.
I can't agree with you more. I mean,
that's
Veda
a
Scott,
first, Jamal. Mark that down. That's a first.
Well, Veda Scott does that to people. She brings people together. So Veda Scott hasn't been a Nova Pro for a while because she's been traveling the world, honing her craft, doing what she does best, and that's just winning. And Veda Scott's going to come back here, go on to the Commonwealth, Women's Commonwealth Cup, and set the world on fire. And that's just what she does. She's not the biggest. She's not the fastest, she's not the strongest, but I'll be damned if she's not the smartest. Yeah. And she is a hell of a, tactician, and the intangibles, definitely outweigh, So Veda Scott's truth, and if you don't know it, then you better get familiar. But the last match that we're going to talk about tonight is the male Commonwealth Cup qualifier. John Skylar, Percy Davis, Willard Utah, and Jake Parnell going to go at it in a four-way dance.
Look, I talked to Mike when Willard Utah debuted in November, which was against what's going on, man? John Kerman. Your favorite. And
sorry.
Mike told me, he said Willard Utah is going to be one of the biggest names on the independent scene. And I was like, okay. First of all, when it went against Kerman, I'm a Kerman fan. Everyone knows it. I never gave Willard Utah a chance. Never gave him a chance. But I'd be damned if he ain't been in every promotion, in every city, everywhere, and for every opportunity possible. So when you want to talk about someone putting in the work right now, that guy, without a doubt. I think this is just another step forward to him and getting his name out there, perfecting his craft, and winning and earning a spot in the Commonwealth Cup.
That's definitely a good bet. Willard Utah doing a lot, especially recently.
Yeah.
And there's no denying that he has quite a bit of talent. My eyes here on the warhorse, Jake Parnell. Very impressive against Tim Donsta. Almost had many points where we thought that he was going to pull off a victory.
Yeah.
And if you pull off a victory over Tim Donsta, that's a big deal.
Yeah, you're right.
Nonetheless, through all of that, you really have to know that Jake Parnell is really coming in more frustrated, more hungry, and wanting that win, and making a statement not only here in a Commonwealth Cup qualifier, but being able to then get into the Commonwealth Cup is going to be something at the forefront of his mind, and definitely something that he can do.
This match, obviously, being four people, it's a different type of animal. You don't just have to be the best and beat a single opponent. You have to be the fastest to do it, because everybody's looking for that only pinfall that there will be, and that's just the matter. I think. Percy Davis, John Skylar, they definitely have a lot to prove, along with Jake Parnell and Willard Utah being the person of note in this match. However, I think, and I hate to agree with you, it really pains me to do so, that Jake Parnell
2 for 2.
Y'all, Mark's
the magic of Veda Scott.
Okay, calm down. First of all, if we're really going to bank all of this on Veda Scott, we have bigger issues. Second of all, where we really all should be bonding is over the fact that at the end of the day, the Old Dominion Rumble, this card, top to bottom, is going to be the card to watch. This is going to be a show that is going to deliver, and that's where you're going to see something that we just haven't seen before. Somebody truly dominating it, and whether that be through the win in a Rumble or through a win across a match tonight, we're going to be seeing a lot, and that's something that you need to see tonight. Oh, I see that some people feel the need to leave, and I wonder why. Jamal, I find it interesting that you're not the first one to run.
No.
Angelus, I need to let you in on a couple of things as your vice president of your fan club.
Okay, fill me in.
I want you to know that there are some people sitting at this table who think that you aren't winning tonight.
Winning. Everything? Like all of it?
All of it.
My
But
match, the Rumble, the-
especially your match. That was the first one.
Oh, yeah, definitely my match. And definitely the Rumble.
That's what I thought. I mean, we had a club meeting for a reason. There is no denying that Angelus Layne will beat Laynie Luck tonight. But do you want to say it to her face?
I have a question. If you're the vice president of your fan club, then who's the president?
He is the vice president. He is the board of directors of the Angelus Layne fan club, also known as the We Hate Kevin Ford fan club.
I tried to tell them. Why don't they listen to me? I don't.
I sent out a memo. Did nobody get the memo?
Nobody reads.
I haven't been on my email all day. But
It's snail mail. Check your mailbox. Do you know where that is?
No, actually.
Oh,
We have
well,
an Amazon library.
ask your mom when you get home. She'll show you how to get up the basement stairs and show you where the mailbox is.
My mother's dead.
Wow. Well, I hope she comes back and tells you. I don't know what to say.
I know a priestess. We can resurrect her.
That's true.
As you should. But yes, no, I don't think that you're going to be Laynie Luck tonight. I do think that
That's
Laynie.
fair.
No, to be honest with you, yes, sure, we know how good you are. We know how strong you are.
Duh.
No.
Keep going. Please keep going.
However, I do think that it's possible, especially with the Rumble tonight, that you may be overlooking things a bit. You may be looking past Laynie Luck, and I think that's something that one shouldn't do.
The only thing overlooked in Nova Pro Wrestling is Angelus Layne. So if we want to talk about me overlooking things, I think you're making a grave mistake. I have been at the top of this company, and then suddenly I'm nowhere. No one talks about me. I'm not doing anything. You don't think I can beat someone like Laynie Luck? I went toe-to-toe with Keith Lee, and you don't think I can beat Laynie Luck? I beat Rain.
Clean,
you don't think I can beat Laynie Luck.
Clean.
Okay,
You
first
beat
of all,
You
Rain
want to talk
clean.
about me overlooking people. Disgusting.
Ridiculous.
Well,
I don't have time for this. I have a
Okay,
match
well,
to prepare for.
Well, you should. You should prepare.
And I hope that somebody gets a fireball, and I hope it's Jamal.
How dare you?
Look, I tried to tell you that I was going to tell her, and
Is
I
it
can't
okay
help
to come back?
that you had to own up to that face to face.
And I told you that I said exactly what I was going to say. So that's not a problem.
And now you're on Angelus Layne's hit list. How do you feel about that?
Well,
And if you're not, I'll make sure you're there. No.
and you should. And you should.
Great.
You tell the war horse, bring it. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not Angelus Layne. That's a different horse. Okay. We should wrap this up.
I just want to make sure that I still have a co-host. We got things to do in the future. I don't have time to be trying to recast right now. You're still in one tap, right?
I respect Angelus Layne. I do.
Yeah,
And it's damn hard to like her.
She's damn good. There's
I
no
don't
denying.
understand why it's hard to like her. When all she does is speak truth, it's easy to follow the truth, Jamal.
Right.
Easy.
Yeah, so tonight, the Old Dominion Rumble
It's going
here,
down.
the JCC, it is going down. It's going
Doors
to
open
be
in
one
15
hell of a
minutes.
time. 15 minutes. That means we got to get off air. We got to go.
We gotta
We got to
go.
get our seats.
We have to go. And apparently I need a priestess. So
If you know one, send
I don't
them
know
his
if they'll come to the
way.
JCC, but
Ooh, that'd be so fitting. I'd like it.
we have much to discuss off air. So we're going to go.
Look, thanks for tuning in. Look, again, $20. GA is still available. 8,900 Little River
You
Turnpike.
got it. I'm so proud.
It's a very small.
Fairfax, Virginia.
proud.
Doors is at opens at 7:30. Belltime's 8 o'clock. Mo Burgers will be serving food tonight. Tons of merch here. Get your merch. Get your photo ops. Bring that cash. Get your seat. Get down here. It's gonna be one hell of a time.
It is.
I'm Big O Bell Podcast. Along with that guy. No denying this guy. We got Just Dennis from the Square Circle Sounds. We're signing off. Get here. Come holler at us too when you get here. Let us know you tuned in. Let us know what you thought about the pre-show, and we'll catch you here.